Picture this. You've spent most of your life trying to belong, adjusting how you speak, how you dress, how you show up in the world, all just to be accepted. Slowly, without even noticing, you start living according to expectations that were never truly yours. And somewhere along the way, you lose yourself. You become afraid of being judged. You begin to depend on approval from people whose opinions change constantly. And deep down, you start believing that your value is defined by how others see you. But what if that belief is the real problem? What if caring so much is exactly what's keeping you stuck? What if confidence, freedom, and even success don't come from control, but from letting go? There was a man who understood this deeply, Michel de Montaigne, a philosopher who lived in a time of chaos and war, yet chose silence over noise. He isolated himself in a tower, not to escape reality, but to understand it. More importantly, to understand himself. His writings were never about teaching others what to think. They were about questioning everything we assume to be true. And in doing so, he revealed something powerful. The way we live is often built on illusions. Illusions about success, illusions about control, illusions about what truly matters. In this video, we're going to break those illusions. We'll talk about the pressure to please, the fear of failing, and the exhausting need to control everything. And by the end, you might see your life from a completely different perspective. Since childhood, we are conditioned to believe that control equals safety. If you plan enough, if you try hard enough, if you worry enough, nothing will go wrong. At least that's what we tell ourselves. But Montaigne saw through this idea. He realized that most of what we try to control is simply uncontrollable. Other people's opinions, unexpected events, the future itself. And yet we spend an enormous amount of energy trying to manage all of it. Energy that could be used to create, to love, to actually experience life. At one point, Montaigne nearly lost his life in an accident. And in that moment, he faced a truth most people avoid. There was nothing he could have done to prevent it. No plan, no strategy, no amount of worry. That experience changed him, because he understood something simple, yet incredibly difficult to accept. Life is not something you control, it's something you experience. He once reflected that many of the worst things he feared never actually happened. And if you think about it, that's true for most of us. How much time have you wasted worrying about things that never came true? How often have you replayed situations in your mind, trying to predict outcomes that never happened? This constant need for control doesn't protect you. It disconnects you from reality. And the more you try to hold everything together, the more fragile everything feels. That's the paradox. The tighter you grip, the more everything slips away. Montaigne invites us to do something different. Not to fight this reality, but to accept it. Because life isn't something rigid. It's fluid, unpredictable, alive. And it only truly opens up when you stop resisting it. There is another force, even more subtle, that shapes the way we live. The need to be liked. From a very young age, we learn that approval feels good. It makes us feel seen, valued, accepted. So naturally, we begin to chase it. We adjust ourselves, not based on who we are, but based on what others expect. And without realizing it, we start building a version of ourselves that isn't real. Montaigne recognized this pattern. And instead of seeking approval, he chose something far more difficult: honesty with himself. He didn't write to impress, he wrote to understand. And that's what made his ideas timeless, because in a world that rewards conformity, he chose authenticity. The problem with seeking validation is that it never truly satisfies you, because it's not directed at who you really are, but at the version of you that you created to be accepted. So even when people approve of you, it still feels empty. That's why Montaigne suggests a different approach. Know yourself deeply enough that external opinions lose their weight. And that starts with a simple question. Who are you trying to please? And more importantly, why? When you stop chasing approval everywhere, something shifts. You begin to feel comfortable in your own skin. Your decisions become clearer. Your relationships become more genuine. And for the first time, you start living for yourself.